Yeah, you got the
All
car.
right. So
Huh? That could be a good way of starting moving as a married couple.
mm-hmm.
Or you want to get a picture of the marriage first? Look, see, I have this too. And this is of the adventures too, on the places, hotels we stayed when we first saw snow.
Oh my
I threw a
gosh.
snowball at him.
I think we should go through and input all of these first,
Okay,
and then.
go
But
back.
is this from your childhood, or is this just
This
from?
is just from when I married. This is from the day we got married. We moved to Colorado
Okay.
Springs.
So.
So where do we leave it?
Oh wait. Do you have? I'm just sorry.
Oh, you took a picture of 806 Camellia Drive. That's where I lived. Yeah. And you took an aerial shot.
So we left off. So we said Needham was your birthplace. Then you moved to Alaska.
We went to. We're gonna put something in between there.
Where did you go in between there?
Where we went from Needham to Washington State, Seattle, Washington. I don't remember the street. I don't remember anything about it. But I know we lived in Seattle, Washington for 6 months because they're waiting for housing for us in Alaska.
So.
Seattle, Washington. It was just a temporary housing for us to find housing in Alaska. They hadn't anything ready for us to go to. Don't forget, Alaska was not a state yet. Because we moved there in 1952.
You moved to Alaska in 1952?
Moved to Alaska in 52 and Jane was born, no, maybe in 53 because my mother was pregnant. And she was born in December. We moved there in the spring of 53. And Jane was born in December of 53.
You moved there in spring of 53?
Moved in the spring of 53. And Jane, my younger sister was born December of 53 in Alaska. We're talking about Fairbanks, but not as far as. So in the early spring of 50, before 6 months before the spring would have been the timeline for Seattle, Washington. So we're going to say spring. We're going to just narrow it down because I have no way of confirming any of this.
I just said prior to moving to Alaska, you lived in temporary housing
in Seattle, Washington, right? I don't remember what it was because waiting for housing in Alaska, we had to stay in Seattle, and then they flew us up to Alaska from Seattle.
Mm-hmm. On what? Was that the one you went on the little plane?
And then went on a prop plane with the family. The family went in a prop plane to go to Fairbanks, Alaska. That thing was so noisy. Oh God! Mm-hmm. It made you sick. You kind of nauseated by it.
I forgot to capture it.
Okay. So basically, I did live in Seattle.
Needham.
Seattle.
You lived there for a few years while traveling, and your family kept it for a couple of years before they sold it.
My parents kept that house for quite a few years because we'd go back to it in between stations.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Okay, well, we're gonna leave from Seattle to Alaska. From Alaska, where'd we go?
San Mateo.
We went back to Massachusetts
All
to
right.
Needham again.
We just copy this one because it'll just, and then I can move it.
Yeah. we're
After
gonna be
Fairbanks.
back to Massachusetts because we had a home there. And we're waiting for the next assignment from my father. And we stayed there for probably a year. And then my dad when was the Korean War? What was the dates of the Korean War? You know the dates of the Korean War?
Looking it up.
I'll look it up right now.
I got it. 1950, June 25th,
When did it end?
I found this on the web.
1953.
The Korean War was 53?
June 25th, 1950 to July 7th, 1953.
Why was he stationed in Korea? For what other war was there that he had to go over there?
What year are you thinking of?
Jane was born in 53. We were in Alaska during that war. He must have been in Alaska during that war. But after that, we went home to California. I mean, to Massachusetts, then to California, because we drove from Massachusetts to California in a car, in a station wagon, with Jane as the 2-year-old. And he was stationed in Korea. Now we have to figure out what that illegitimate brother was born. We don't know when he went to Hawaii. Then we went to California. We can't give a time. I can't give you a timeline right now because my father was stationed in Korea.
After Fairbanks, you went back to Needham
and stayed there for about a year. And then from Needham, we went to San Mateo, California. Jane was 2 years old. So if she was born in 53...
How old were you in San Mateo?
No, I'm going to go back a little bit because if Jane was born in 53. We must have gone to Alaska younger, before Jane. We must move to Alaska 2 years before. Maybe my mother conceived Jane up there. So we were probably there at 51, 52, 53. We were there 2 years in Alaska. So Jane was born in 53. And they're saying the Korea War was still going on? What was?
It ended in 53. Spring.
I wonder why he went there. I'm having a hard time figuring out why he was in
So
Korea.
do you think that you just went there a little bit earlier? You went there in like 1951 instead of 53?
Yes, 51.
Well, you said like
I was
when
young.
you were talking about Alaska, you said you remember your dad not being there.
In Alaska or in California. He was never there in California. My dad was never in California. He rented a house. He was overseas in California. San Mateo, California. That's when I remember that. Did you write it on that one or did you write it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wrote that on that.
My dad was never in California. He was overseas at the time. From San Mateo, did we go back to Massachusetts after? And that's when my parents sold the house.
After
San Mateo.
Okay, let me add that.
When my dad got back, we moved back to California, to Massachusetts again. My parents sold that house, and we went to Laurel, Maryland, I think, after that.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we're in Laurel, Maryland.
And then we went to Laurel, Maryland.
And from Laurel, Maryland, we went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina, right?
Yeah, Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg.
And then you went from Maryland to Fort Bragg.
And from Fort Bragg, we went to Florida.
And that's where we left off.
Yeah.
Did you move anywhere else with your family after Florida? Or was Florida?
No, we stayed in Florida. We stayed at, my dad had this house built before he retired. He retired in later, but my dad had the house built prior on 801, 806, 809 Camellia Drive.
Yeah, I have that.
Okay,
They
my dad
moved
had
to
that
Florida.
house built. Wow, but a year or two before he retired, we moved down here. My mother and my brothers and sisters moved down here to Florida because he wanted to establish us in school before he retired. So my dad stayed in Fort Bragg and retired. My mom and we came down here early in 1960. We came down here to Florida. My dad retired in 62. Finished high school.
In what year?
1966.
From Largo High?
Largo High School. Then went to nursing school, Tomlinson Adult Education Center in St. Petersburg on Mirror Lake. Do I put in my visit to
What was
Charleston?
it called?
Tomlinson.
Tomilson
Tomilson or something. Tomlinson.
Tomlinson what?
Adult Education Center.
Oh,
Nursing program. LPN. While in nursing school,
wait.
I ended up going to South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, to have Frank. Which is in 68.
What area of North Carolina?
South Carolina, Charleston.
In Charleston?
In Charleston. Get my phone out.
Do you have any pictures?
Yes, I do, and I'm just gonna go get it. I'm gonna put my phone. Is my phone in the other room, Layla?
Do you know what the Women's Center was called?
Charleston. Florence Crittenton home. I've got a picture of it. Go get. Yeah, it should be. I'm gonna show you where it is. Sounds like it's here. You must have it underneath all this. It's here, Layla. I'm sorry. It was all under this stuff here. Crittenton. Do you know how to spell Crittenton? Or you really need to? Oh, jeez, I got all kinds of. Can you check on him today? He stayed home sick. Who is that? Okay. Spectrum. Okay. Jeez, I'm getting all kinds of information here I didn't even look at. Okay, what is that? Oh, pictures, photos. Now we go to general. How do you get out of this picture? How do you get your pictures canceled? Find all your photos. Okay, now I go back. You want to get the right spelling? Is that what you want?
I found it.
You found it? It's called Florence Crittenton?
For Unwed Mothers.
Yes. Yes. stayed there for
19th Street, Margaret.
yes. Let's get a picture of it. I got a picture of it somewhere. Okay, with Frank. First, I will go back to finding him. I'm gonna send you the picture. As soon as I can find it. Oh, you know what? I'll do it. Can you select? No. There we go. There's some pictures with him. Did you get a picture of it?
I'm looking for the address.
If you can want to look for somebody, do you got a lot of writing there? I can't find it.
When your mom found out you were pregnant, she was scared. Would you say scared or ashamed and didn't want people to know?
Yeah, shame. Embarrassed, shamed. He was
And she pretty much forced you to go.
yes. Didn't have a choice. There's no other options.
It's so cool because then we'll see like the full circle moment of when, like in this, when he comes back and we get to meet him again.
Yes. I wish we could do that.
What were your feelings when you were there?
Loneliness.
Any other?
But I found. Hey Layla, will you go out and get my mail for me? The mailman just came. I felt uncertain of my future. How would people accept me after coming home? How would my family accept me after knowing that this took place? You know, knowing after having him, you had to stay there 2 weeks, and it was very nervous. You had a very uncertainty of how you were going to be accepted in your own home after having him there.
What year was this?
1968. Came home in July. He was born in July 3rd.
Forgot the drink picture.
What? Shut the door. Here, lock the door. There's a dream catcher? There's a dream catcher?
Well, they didn't give us one. It's
No, it's a letter from them. Here, give this to Grandpa.
It was, sorry, 19.
Give this to him, would you? 68. July. He was born July 3rd, 1968. While the whole time while living at Florence Crittenden's home, my mother would send me letters saying a nice young man moved in across the street. And I had no interest and thought to myself I was never going to have anything to do with that. Layla, I'm gonna fix you something. Or you want to fix yourself a ham sandwich or something now? Or are you still not hungry? Okay, then I'm not gonna worry about you right now. But I'm gonna work on this because she's gonna have to go to school today.
Crittenton.
Crittenton. It's hard to say, isn't it? Crittenton home, I know. I'm trying to visualize. Where are we now?
19th Street. Straight, I need to go. Oops.
I have a picture, but I'll just give it to you later when I find it. When you want me to go on to the next, let me know.
Oh. This is what the front of it looked like.
Yes, exactly. That's it.
Alright, I need to do the. So.
So I don't need to find the pictures now that you found it.
It's a little bit different. So I'm guessing.
It's a house.
So this is the park. It's literally the first road off the park.
Really? I don't know. I don't know my way around there,
Yeah,
so I don't know.
so like the park is here. And it's like.
What is this road over here to the main highway?
Yeah, so it's somewhere, I'm pretty sure, right in here.
Yeah. It's a
Is
brick
it that?
building. Yeah, probably. That's it. That's it right there. That one.
Wonder if it's.
It had an old building next to it, too. There was no parking lot to it, was there?
Here it is.
Is that it?
Yep.
That was the same building, right? That's it, right there. And I remember that being a church A little tiny old 100-year-old church next to it. Yep, that's it. That's the building. Wow.
I wonder if there's a way.
You can't bring it down or in more.
I almost wonder if it would be better to just zoom out a little bit.
Yeah, zoom out. Yeah,
Like that, maybe.
that's pretty good.
I just wish this could, like, go down a little bit or something.
These are wings upstairs they had, you know, like barracks. I don't have to say it like an army.
There we go.
Wards. They called them wards back then. You just had beds lined up,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like in the army barracks.
Yeah. You think that's better?
Yeah, that's pretty good. The picture you had earlier, though, the front of it was pretty accurate. It gave the sign to the.
Well, that's on Google.
Is that on Google?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, though.
Mm-hmm. And so then you went back to Florida, and that's when all this started?
Oh, no. That's because I came back in '68, went to work at Suncoast Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Bill had moved in across the street while I was away here.
Yeah, I put that in the
And
in
so
the story.
by coming back to the house, my cat had kittens, or was about to have kittens, and that's when Bill came across the street to visit the cat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we met.
Do you want me to put Suncoast Hospital on here?
If you want to, it doesn't matter. It's just
But then
my
you started
place of dating
and
Bill.
then
Then
after we
married,
got married,
married,
and then
moved,
all of these.
all those started.
Okay.
Is this too much for you? What time do you have to leave?
I have to probably leave here by 2.
Your mom wanted me to check on Ian because he's sick. Okay, let's go down. You want to start? You want to take that list with you?
She wants you to go drive over and check on him, or just
No,
call
I'm just
him?
gonna call.
Yeah.
Call.
Yeah, I'm gonna start.
Why don't you start with that, and I can run by real quick. Just enter them, and then go back.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'll call Ian so I can get all these projects done. I got Layla's project done. Went to Walgreens.
You
got
worked
her
at
done.
the Suncoast in Largo?
Suncoast Largo. This is where I worked.
On Indian Rocks Road?
Indian Rocks Road, yeah. Just right over here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I lived right down there. My dad take me over there every morning. And meanwhile, Bill had moved in across the street. And that's when I met him, and I didn't want to go out with him. Today, our faculty versus 8th grade volleyball game, Layla.
Huh?
Today at St. Patrick's is our faculty versus 8th grade volleyball game.
Oh, today?
Today.
Oh.
For Catholic School Week fun. So what was I looking up? Oh,
You were gonna
Ian.
call Ian.
I get so distracted. It looks. How are you? You're sick, I heard, huh? So Layla had an upset stomach today too. How are you feeling? Is it still upset? No. Did you have cramps or something like that? Did you have to go to the bathroom a lot? Okay. I got Layla here sick too. And then Savannah came in because she wanted to do a project, finish up on a project. So I'm working with that. And your mom just texted me and said I should check on you, see how you're doing. So I was wondering how your cake turned out. You didn't finish it? Oh, what did it look like? Did it look nice? Hey, you taste the frosting? Okay, I just wanted to know how that turned out because I know the cake was pretty good. What kind of cake was it? What's so? Oh, fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. That sounds wonderful. I'm glad to hear it all turned out pretty good then. All right. Well, let me finish up this project with Savannah. If you need me, I'm here. Okay? Have you got your car? You still don't have it? He's going to have it out for a while? Alrighty. We'll talk to you later, okay? Love you too. Bye. Okay, where are we? What is this?
It's Suncoast Hospital.
This is what it looks like now?
That's just like, they don't have it like programmed
right,
in yet.
yeah.
So that's like all these gray buildings are just buildings. But they,
Okay, alright. That's alright. Oh, what did you write in on that?
I said when she came back to Florida, she started working as a nurse at Suncoast Hospital in Largo. She also started growing closer to the boy next door her mother wrote to her about when she was away.
Very good.
And it all started when her cat had kittens and the boy would come over.
Frequently. The boy, which is now her husband.
And my grandfather.
Your grandfather. Right.
Frequently to help with the kitten.
He came over to visit the kittens every day. He was more interested in the cats than he was me.
To this day, I'm just
And out of boredom, I said, "You want to go along with my girlfriend and I? We'll go. We're going out. You can tag along if you want." Because he was new to he was recently discharged from the army, and his family had moved down from Chicago into the house while I was away at Florence, Britain, Illinois. So he had just got a job too. We were both looking for jobs at the same time, I think. He got a job here. My girlfriend and I used to go out a lot and just had him tag along. I had no interest in it now. But he was just tagging along. I thought, okay. And then my girlfriend got it.
When did you guys get married?
Well, I came back in 68, and we got married in October of 69.
Dang, that was quick.
Yeah. Didn't waste any time. But I came home in July of 68. And so I knew him from July of 68 to July of 69, then married him in October of 69.
And how many days after you got married did you leave?
The next day.
You stayed in the hotel the night of your marriage.
I came home, packed up my bedroom furniture, a chaise lounge, a mesh flange aluminum chaise lounge with webbing on it. You know that kind of a chair?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you know, you're too far back. Maybe just an old chaise lounge. A couple.
Like that?
Yes, there was one with webbing on it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at it better. Yeah, it was like more like. Whoops, sorry, my finger.
Yeah, I touched it.
Was it that one? Oh my gosh, yeah. It was actually looked exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like.
It's funny. And
how much are they worth now? 400.
Yeah. All of their furniture.
No,
And
it's only a bedroom furniture.
all their.
All they had was a bedroom furniture and a chaise lounge. And he had some odds and ends from his, like his trains and boxes of stuff. As a kid, he had his clothes and our clothes, and it just took up a small U-Haul. Just enough for a very small U-Haul. And we drove across the country very slowly until we got to Colorado Springs without a home, without a job, without a house. We met up with Bill's father's college roommate, and he took a tour around Colorado Springs to find our first apartment.
And what, do you remember the address?
Yes.
What was it?
I want to say it was Vondel Park Drive. I don't know the numbers, unfortunately. But I have the picture of it. Maybe
In what area?
Colorado Springs, Holland Park. Holland Park and Vondel Park Drive, on Vondel Park Drive. Holland Park was a subdivision.
Von Space Dell
Yeah.
Drive.
No, Vondel, V-O-N-N. I don't know how to pronounce it. Vondel, E-L-L. Von. That isn't the way it was spelled. I'm trying to think of it. I would just put Vondel Park Drive. How do you spell Vondel?
Oh, I found it.
You found it? Oh, that's how it was spelled. Yeah. Vondel Park. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You don't remember the.
Yeah, I'll show you where it is. Pull it up. Where's the? That's the main road. Where's Garden of the Gods?
I'm guessing that's Garden of the Gods, right?
Yeah, let's find the Garden of the Gods Highway Road. Oh, this is it right back here. Come on, go back. This. What road is this? Does it don't have dates? Where's the hill? Where's the school? It's so built up now.
Here.
Did you find Vondel Park?
Somewhere in here, it says.
Vondel Park runs like
on.
here. Yeah, Vondel Park gives me. Where's the? Okay, that's.
No, this is in. Yeah, wait.
Give me some streets and I'll show you where it is. It's 25. That's 25, so it's right along the edge. Chestnut. Okay. It was on Chestnut, not on Vondel Park. It was on Chestnut. The apartment went around, go around, right in here.
Chestnut Springs Apartments?
Yeah, it was this one right in here. This building right there.
Right here?
Uh-huh. Let me see what it looks like. Yep, that's it. That's the apartment right there.
Okay.
Was it on Chestnut Street, not Vondel Park? Vondel Park was just later on. I'm getting it mixed up. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Is it that building right there? Yeah. What's the address on that building? Does it give you an address?
But I can just.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a better picture down there. That's good. It's updated since we saw it last
I
year.
think that this one is going to be 3D. So I can show you what it would look like.
Oh, that's all built up since we were here last too. Don't
What is
forget.
it?
Yeah, there's the building.
That's it?
Where's the road? Over here?
Mm-hmm.
Can you get in from the other side?
No,
No.
because it's like has this block. I can go this way. You can look at it that way.
Like go down the road. Go down the road.
Why?
I'm not sure whether they got the right building. That might be it. That's
No.
it. No, that's it. Because it had open field in the front, and it came in from this. If you're coming from this direction,
It's the first
that-
one on the curve?
this is the one.
Because that's different than this.
No,
That
this
would be
is-
right here.
That's fine. It's all in the same area. Because this is all new. I had to find
It was the first one on the curve?
Because it has a balcony out in the front. I'll show you the picture.
But you said this is. So it's actually this?
Yeah, it's the other one. Yeah, it's the one before that.
That one?
That one's it. Yep, that's it. I'll show you a picture right here. Same thing. Here it is right here. Here it is right over here. Here's the front of it, see?
Wow.
That's that building right there. Because it has a balcony walkway in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And it had an open field. You could see the open field. And I think I got a better picture of it back over here. Of this. And that's the cats that we picked up in the parking. See?
Oh yeah, I took a picture of that.
See, this is the parking lot as you come around. There was a lot of apartments in there, but I had to find the right one, and that's the right one because it's headed in the right direction. Because it has a balcony on the front, walkway on the front. They used to play with a motorcycle out here. Then there was a dumpster back in here. That we used to look out the back window in the dumpster. These buildings weren't here at that time. There was a dumpster, and that our first cats came over from that neighborhood over there. Come over, jump the fence, and go into the dumpster, and that's when we brought the cats upstairs.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Now I'm giving you information you didn't need to have, right?
No, you're good.
That's where we picked
It's
up
all
our
important to the story.
Yeah, but it's kind of long and lengthy. I'm giving you too much information.
No, you're good. This is the first.
There's a first apartment.
How long did it take you to get there from Florida?
Oh, I have it all on that piece of paper, so it was
many?
like 4 days.
4 days.
I think it was 3 or 4 days we took to go out there. And then we stayed in a motel for the first day or two.
So it took you 4 days to drive from Florida to here?
Yeah, because we had the U-Haul and we were taking our time. And we didn't have a place to go or any reason to speed it up. So then we wanted to also meet with Riegers. So we stayed in the Holiday Inn until we could find an apartment. And then we found this apartment after him taking a tour around Colorado Springs. We ended up in this one because it was closest to Garden of the Gods and the view from the mountains. Because we could see out the back, Pikes Peak.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then from there, we went to Woodland Park. We stayed there probably a year. What did you have for lunch? Did you have a...
I just had a banana bread so far.
I've got tons and tons of ham here. I'm going to make a ham sandwich for us with lettuce on it.
I have stuff to bring to school too that I brought from work. Chicken salad.
You have it with you?
Just look it in your fridge.
But you take that home with you tonight, or take it with you when you leave, and you can eat it in the parking lot. Where are we now? Woodland Park, which is up the pass.
Do you remember the address or anything, or no?
Bill might remember. I wonder if he's awake. Is Grandpa awake? Is he out?
It's okay. I'm gonna just title all the next ones, and we can go back and.
Okay. Because I want to say Park Street for some reason, but I don't know. Woodland Park is where we got Daisy, the Saint Bernard, as a puppy, and I got a cute pictures of her. Yeah, maybe I do have pictures of Daisy in here. That's the part. That's the see how they had the open fields. And okay, we're going. This is where he met these other people. They were a lot of fun. Here's Woodland Park. Moved in September 18th, 1970 to Woodland Park. And this is the house in Woodland Park. Right here. I don't have I was kind of hoping it'd be an address written in here, but it wasn't. There it is. It's cute. This is what the.
That's the log cabin.
That's the log cabin.
In Fairplay.
Woodland Park.
Woodland Park. That's so cool.
This is a big field out in front of our house, and this was the next door neighbor's house. They had horses in their backyard. We had here's the side of the thing. That was part of Woodland Park. This is all Woodland Park pictures. And we got Daisy as a puppy there. So my first dog as a married couple was Daisy.
Oh,
See,
that's a pretty big puppy.
She was 6 months old.
Oh my gosh. Do
And
you know?
then
It says ranch on here. Do you know where that one is?
Huh?
The ranch is. Do you know where the ranch? It says ranch.
Oh gosh, we're gonna go to log cabin. What ranch like?
Ice. The ranch.
We went to
We saw
Woodland Park.
it.
To the duplex was first.
No. Yeah, I'm just typing in the ranch. What city was it in?
Fairplay still, but it was on the outside skirts. Remember
Is that where
going down
Yeah, and that was where the water intrusion happened.
the what?
Is that?
Remember where the buffalo were?
Yeah, but was that where the water intrusion, where Grandpa got norovirus or?
Yes. You got that. What's it called? It wasn't norovirus. It was called something else. But anyhow, I was sick for a long, long time. But the ranch was beautiful. So anyhow, where are you now? You still inputting?
Yeah,
Are you on ranch now?
I'm just like writing where all of these are.
Okay. Well, that ranch was on the outskirts of Fairplay. You remember seeing it? I pointed it out to you.
It was kind of like abandoned, wasn't it?
No, it was just
Well,
in the distance. You couldn't see it up close. It was kind of like a hands. The main, all these houses that were off to the side from the main things were people that worked the ranch. They put their families up in these houses. That one happened to be empty is the reason why we got it. We needed a rental house.
Yeah.
Except because we know on Ainsley's Ranch, if you go out there, you can have that house at $100 a month or something like that, with all that fields. And we even had bunk houses in the back where I cleaned the fish that Bill would get on the. I think I've told you that story. Where the ranch hands would just day labor would stay in the bunkhouses out back.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't ever stay there because it was all vacant. It wasn't that working of a ranch. They just flooded the fields for hay, mostly. And then they bring in the cows in the spring. And then shortly down the road, they castrated them.
What is HSS?
Hot Sulphur Springs. Was a city over near Granby. Location, you have to kind of find that place. That was a little tiny town. It was between Kremling and Granby. But we moved there because it was closer to the mine that Bill worked in.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get a picture of it? Or no, not just fill it in later.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go back and fill them all in.
Man, this is going to be a big project.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, well, it's also, I thought you lived more places when you were younger.
I think we lived in Kansas when I was a baby, but I don't remember anything about it because I was a baby.
Maybe I could add it. Do you know where in Kansas or?
Yeah, Fort Riley.
Fort Riley.
Yeah. Because your dad was there too.
That's crazy.
That's what it reminded me of it. And I remember when we drove from Colorado Springs to Florida on our vacations, we used to come down here once a year and we'd drive by it, you know, on the interstate. And it would say, turn off to Fort Riley this way. And I think, well, that's where I lived when I was a baby.
Yeah.
And then come to find out that Josh was there too. It was a place where they sent mostly all the new enlistees to get trained. Was in Fort Riley. Where are you now?
The greenhouse in Fairplay.
The green latrine, we called it, because it was a crappy little house. Nickname for it.
You called it the
Green latrine.
How do you spell latrine? Oh, like
You know what a latrine is? Is a bathroom.
Potty, yeah.
Potty, yeah.
latrine.
And that was down near the high school. It was a ratty little house. While Bill was building another house, we lived in that house. It was a temp house again too. The green latrine was a temp house. And so was the drugstore temp house. So we lived in both of them. I think we had to move out of the green latrine because somebody else was going to buy it out or something like that, so we had to move over to the drugstore. Was the drugstore after the green latrine?
And the drugstore was before the green latrine.
Okay.
So is it Roth's house or Ruth's?
Roth's, R-O-T-H, yes. And what were we doing there? I don't know why we had these different houses there. Why we moved around to so many different ones. Did I have a log cabin in there?
Yeah.
In Fairplay, right?
Yeah.
Because we were going to buy that house, but we decided not to at the last minute. That's where Kevin was born, in the log cabin. Was the log cabin the last house? The first? Was it first? I can't remember which was first. Your dad Bill knows the sequence of it. Grandpa knows it.
Is it Montbello or
Montebello.
Montebello?
Montebello Drive. I was in Colorado Springs when we stayed in that house. Well, Bill was building the house on Windmill Drive. That was a rental house. That's where I broke my leg.
Sleepy.
Montebello Drive. Yeah, Montebello Drive. You're going to get sleepy. Montebello Drive was
Monto or E-A?
M-O-N-T. Bello. B-E-L-L-O. Is it one word? It's all one word. It's not capitalized in between. Montebello. Did I spell it in there?
Mhm.
I'm not sure that was the correct spelling. M-O, Monticello maybe? Montebello. I think it was bellow. Can you find it?
I haven't searched it.
Okay. That was out east. We didn't stay that long. We finally pulled in closer because it was too far of a drive to go in to work on the house. Did you get a whole thing of Kleenex? Sounds to me like the television is off. That's not likely. Did you get the right spelling? Or where are you now? In another city? Another house?
Mm-hmm.
Windmill is the one, it was what, 1275 Windmill Drive? Then there's Glendale Park at the very end, before we moved back down to Florida. I'm gonna let you input those, and I'm gonna go fix us some sandwiches.
I don't want one. I'm okay with that. Thank you.
You sure you don't want to?
Yeah, 'cause I have food.
Mia, do you want mayonnaise with your ham? A half ham sandwich? You need to eat something for that stomach. Because you don't want it to get acid. A half a sandwich? Okay. You sure you don't want something with some lettuce or anything on
I'm
it?
okay. Thank you, though.
You poor girl, your fingers are worn out.
I have to do that. But
I think this-
I might just like make all the slides and then I'll look up the addresses and input it, and then next time we'll go back and insert pictures and stories.
This is gonna be a bigger project
Yeah,
than you
we're
way
at-
expected.
Well, it's not that bad. My professor's was like 200, and then we're only at 29 right now, and I have probably like 8 more houses, but lots of stories.
Lots of stories in every one of them. All right, you want to quit now, or you want to?
No, I'm gonna
input the rest.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go fix the sandwich while you're inputting them.
Okay. So these are just the places you've lived, but we didn't even input the trips you took either.
What?
We haven't even input the trips you took.
No.
You want me to answer it? It says unknown caller.